Sometimes there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I know all the feelings that we shared are in the past. And I know your relationships are never meant to last. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. Moving on. We're moving on. Sometimes there's no one else who loves me like you used to. Sometimes we're not ourselves. There's no one I can turn to. And I'll take some time, but I'll be alright. We're moving on. We're moving on. I know times are tough, but I've had enough. Moving on. We're moving on. Ready? Ready? Good evening, everyone. Ooh, you all got real quiet. Welcome to the 2021 Co-Curricular Awards ceremony. I'm Carrie Jarzewski, and I'm the Vice President for Student Affairs, and it's my absolute honor to be here tonight to celebrate all of our outstanding students who have contributed so much to the fabric of our campus community, not just this year, but over their tenure at the university. Round of applause for all of our students. Tonight is about recognizing the talents and hard work of our students and how those efforts have impacted the co-curricular experience for the entire student body. While tonight's recipients have worked diligently in the local community and on campus, it is their passion for creating that I want to celebrate. Creating relationships through providing spaces for students to forge lifelong relationships through programs and events. Creating art for the campus to enjoy, capturing the moments and memories for us all to celebrate. For creating the space and support for their peers to transition smoothly to the campus and develop a sense of place and purpose. For creating the space for their peers to have voice and to feel a sense of belonging. Winston Churchill said, "We make a living by what we get. We make a life by what we give." Tonight, we celebrate all that you have done and how through the co-curricular experience, you have grown personally and how your contributions to the Golden Bear community have shaped who you are today and where you will go tomorrow. While our award recipients have had an impact on our community, they are joined tonight by guests who have had an impact on their collegiate experience. I would like to now take the opportunity to introduce you to those special guests. Many of them serve not only in an advisor role, but as a mentor as well. When I read your name, please stand up and remain standing so that we can applaud all of your efforts in support of our students. So, Ryan Began. Yvonne Bogle. Look at that snazzy mask. I had to acknowledge that. Sean Burke. Alyssa Caligiuri. Michael Ciafalo. Suzette Curdo. Brenda Garten Soberg. Our interim provost, Kurt Hamakawa. Sheila Hannafin. Beth Hill. Jennifer Collins. Matt LaBranche.
Melissa Lambert, Jenna Lucier, Linda Jean Mack, Ryan Mahan, Patrick Roja, Dominic Seguro, Kalu Sharp, Andrea St. James, and Claire Wright. Thank you. I also want to take a moment to recognize everyone who's watching, streaming. Thank you to GBTV and all of those who are helping us with streaming this event. I want to acknowledge the parents and family members watching at home. I want to thank you for all that you have done in sharing your Golden Bears with us and for all that you have done to continue to support them. It is now my pleasure to invite the president of Western New England University, Dr. Robert Johnson, to share a few remarks. Dr. Johnson.
Good afternoon, everyone. Good evening, everyone. Let me try that one more time. Good evening, everyone. This is an exciting time. It is so good to see each and every one of you here this evening. Today, we come together to recognize individuals who represent some of the best of what we have to offer here at Western New England University. Before I get too deep into my remarks, I simply want to thank each and every one of you for all you have done to have enabled us to be here on the ground, face to face, for the year. We made it. We made it. Give yourselves a big hand. When I think about this event, and I think about the people being recognized, and I look at the awards, they have words in them like service, leadership, excellence, inclusion. You are truly the best of the best. All of these words in various forms and what have you are tenets of what I call global citizenship. You are global citizens of the world. You represent academic excellence. You represent social responsibility. You represent value creation and all that the world has to offer. I am so proud of each and every one of you as global citizens. It is your role to be socially responsible, to leave the world better than the way you found it. Academic excellence, pursuing your career, your dream job, graduate or professional school, being the best that you can be. I am so proud that you represent that. Social responsibility, understanding that each and every one of us are part of something bigger than ourselves. And by virtue of the work that each and every one of you have done, you're giving back to your community and leaving it better than the way you found it, with a sense of social responsibility and value creation. Every person's life that you touch each and every day through your service, through your excellence, through your leadership, and all that you do, you are adding value to the world by adding value to the lives of those whom you touch each and every day. As your president, I am so excited to be here with you, with a group of people in a room. I can see most of your faces. And next year, this time, we'll all be face to face. Thank you, congratulations, and believe me, the best is yet to come.
All right. A note about the co-curricular ceremony. The Co-Curricular Awards are presented annually through a joint sponsorship of Student Affairs and Student Senate. Students may be nominated for the Student Association Awards by students, faculty, staff, club advisors, or anyone in the university community. The Student Association Awards Committee makes the final selection. Tonight's award recipients are invited to the ceremony without knowing specifically which award they will receive. This adds to the energy in the room, and I can honestly say, for those of us presenting, it's a tremendous honor. I ask that all of the recipients approach the stage from stage left, which is over where Beth Hill is. Hi, Beth. And meet in the middle to receive your award from the presenter. We will take photos at the end of the ceremony tonight with presenters and recipients, and then a group photo as well. So we're going to begin with our first award tonight, which is the Citation for Community Service, and it will be presented by Caitlin Fair, class of 2021.
Good evening. Tonight, I have the honor of presenting the Co-Curricular Award for Community Service, External Community. The person receiving this award tonight has demonstrated significant involvement and contributions to the external civic community over the last 4 years at Western New England, where they have volunteered their time selflessly to the Springfield community. This recipient has spent the last 4 years as a member of CARE, specifically volunteering their time at the Wellington Senior Center, where they would spend time with residents. Sorry. COVID may have made it impossible to go in-person visits at the Wellington, but despite this and a rigorous academic schedule, this person has gone above and beyond to deliver crafts projects to the Wellington to continue to brighten their days. This student also used their personal volunteer connections to expand the College of Pharmacy's volunteer projects out across the Springfield area, specifically working with Lorraine's Soup Kitchen to deliver hot meals to the homeless. I honestly can say this student is so deserving of this award and truly has a heart of gold. It is my absolute pleasure tonight to present this Community Service External Community Award to my best friend, Sienna Worrell. I've been keeping this a secret from you for the last 2 months.
I think the hardest part in writing your speech is keeping out using they or trying to be as vague as possible, so there's a big surprise at the end. All right, our second award tonight is the Community Service Award on campus and will be presented by Ryan Began, Assistant Director of Residence Life.
It's weird not having a mask on in front of people. This is definitely new. When you think of this last academic year, we all think of one thing. That, of course, is the Community Service Award, parentheses on-campus service. Obviously, I'm referring to COVID-19 pandemic. So when choosing this award, it was only fitting to have COVID as part of the conversation. It was very difficult to help the community during this time, and this person went above and beyond to help their fellow peers who had gotten the virus. This person who can be called upon literally any day and any time to be asked to help deliver meals or packages or whatever strange thing that was requested by someone to a person in COVID housing, this was there. They always brought energy and excitement to helping their peers, which at times was a very difficult task. Not only was this person the energy during regular meal deliveries to Plymouth, but the energy was beyond needed for the Wyndham and Berkshire shelter in places. This person was a main staple in helping out and getting meals out to the entire buildings. Always positive and ready to go, they were the reason I was able to get through most of my meal deliveries personally. I would be remiss if I didn't mention on the few occasions this person could not help to deliver meals due to things like, class or sometimes work or whatever. She would apologize profusely. She felt bad that she wasn't able to help and would instantly give me a rundown of every single second she'd be available so she can do it the next time. I cannot think of anyone more deserving of this Western New England Community Service Award this past year than none other than Katie Burnham. Oh, before you clap, Katie, we do have a meal delivery, so you hold tight for a second. So.
The Excellence in Media Award is presented by Claire Wright, Assistant Director for Clubs and Organizations.
Good evening. My name is Claire Wright, and I'm the Assistant Director for Clubs and Organizations. More importantly, I have the distinct pleasure of advising some of the most amazing students on this campus, student print media. And this year, I am so honored to present the award for Excellence in Media. The recipient of this award must have been a consistent participant in one or more forms of student media for at least 1 year. Shall have had a significant positive impact on the development and improvement of the media in which involved, and must exemplify professional standards of journalistic and broadcasting excellence. I don't think I've ever worked with a student more suited for this award. The motivation, dedication, and passion this student has within student media is unmatched by anyone I've worked with. When this student walked into their first student media meeting on the 4th day of classes on their freshman year, had some sassy comment for the editor-in-chief, and took a story without hesitation, I knew they were going to fit right in with this group. Since then, they have shined in more ways than one. As the editor-in-chief of the Westerner student newspaper and the assistant editor for the Review of Art and Literature, they have worked tirelessly to ensure both publications are successful. While their contributions to the review are very much noticed and appreciated, it is their dedication to the Westerner that causes them to stand out. In my time as a student journalist and my time here at WNE, I have seen some journalistic excellence, but this student stands close to the top, and they are outstanding writer, and they are an outstanding writer. They push some boundaries, not for the fun of it, but because they want to hold their entire staff to the same journalistic excellence that they strive for, and they are always willing to go after the hard stories. They encourage their staff and peers to do the same, as well as push them to the last-minute stories, holding students to hard deadlines, and running the student newspaper like a professional newsroom. Through COVID, they have faced a number of challenges, including losing our printing company, printing online last spring, and consistently printing an 8-page weekly paper for the entirety of 2020-2021 academic year. They have worked with their e-board to provide opportunities for everyone and anyone to be published, allowed more opportunities for diversity within the publication than ever before, and was appointed at the end of last semester as the editor-in-chief for a second term. On top of holding 2 very time-consuming leadership positions within student media, they're an outstanding resident advisor, a member of the tennis team, and a valued member of the Office of Student Involvement and Leadership staff. Along with holding themselves to a high standard co-curricular, they're an outstanding student as well. Words really cannot describe how successful this student has been in this position, what they have done for student media, and how proud I am of them for it. It is with great honor and pleasure that I present this year's Excellent Media Award to Haley McDonald.
The Residence Life Award is being presented by Sean Burke, Assistant Director of the Delbridge Career Center.
Hi, I'm here to present the Residence Life Award, which I know Melissa said was very funny to her because ever since I stopped working in Residence Life, I keep presenting this award every year. It's very funny to me too. So as I was thinking about this award and thinking about the student who I'll be presenting it to, I was thinking a lot about character. I was asked to advise CARE this year. And CARE, if you don't know, is our community service club on campus. And right at the beginning of the year, the CARE president left the club. So somebody needed to step up and take the leadership of that club. And you have to imagine what that's like, that task of leading a community service club in a year when you can't do any community service because nobody wants anybody in their community. And CARE couldn't do probably 95% of what they normally do. And they are a group of students of great character, but somebody needed to step up and take the lead. And luckily someone did. And I had a chance to watch this person lead that group, support his peers, challenge his peers without belittling or diminishing them, and lead them to putting on wonderful programs, creative, innovative ideas to still do great things in the Springfield community, on the campus community, and really let them know that he cared about them, that he valued their work, and that he supported them. And in residence life, he's a member of RHA, where he champions collaborations with other clubs and organizations to put on the best possible programs, where he asks good questions to help the organization and department improve. He's an RA, where he puts on excellent programs, delivers COVID meals, and holds his residents accountable, but also lets them know that he's still there for them to support them, even when they're a little mad at him. And at the end of all this, I stand here in awe of this person, and very honored to have worked with them for a year, and very honored to present this Residence Life Award to Dan Clancy.
The Student Association First Year Success Award is being presented tonight by Alyssa Caligiuri, Assistant Director for First Year Student Success.
It is my pleasure to present the Student Association First Year Success Award. The criteria for the award are as follows. The recipient must be a junior or senior in good academic standing of a 2.7 GPA or better, completion of at least 1 year of service to the first year population in a paid or volunteer position, and the recipient has demonstrated contribution to the improvement of the or advancement of the first year program. Grateful is one word to describe how I feel to have known this individual during her time at Western New England. I've been fortunate enough to be able to work with this student in multiple capacities in the first year program. This student has been the backbone of our office since she began working there during her sophomore year. This individual does not get enough credit for what she's done, whether it be on the leadership team / podium crew for open house, sitting down with an advisee to work through a transitional issue they may be facing, or attending to a student who came into the first year office for assistance. When things are chaotic or things need to be fixed, you can always count on this individual to take charge and let the other student workers know what needs to be done. And she does it with a smile on her face. The office would simply fall apart without her. Fellow student assistant Garrick Burnett states, I've had the pleasure of knowing and working with this individual for 2 years in the first year office. There is nobody who works harder than her day in and day out. She brings such a positive vibe and great energy to all things she does. The office wouldn't be the same without her. I couldn't agree more. This year, I've also had the pleasure of working with this individual in her role as a peer advisor. She's made a significant impact on her advisees. She's always going above and beyond to ensure that they are set up to be successful. This individual is the unsung hero and someone who stepped into leadership within our office and continued to challenge herself while making first-year students feel welcomed onto campus. She's been incredible in her roles and will continue to be a powerhouse in her career after she graduates. I'll miss hearing her laugh in the office that always brightened up any room that she's in. It's my pleasure to present the Student Association's First Year Success Award to Madison Caldwell.
The Student Programming Award for 2021 is being presented this evening by Kalu Sharp, Assistant Director of Diversity Programs and Services.
So this is my first time at this event. And I've been realizing as people have been up here, I took literally the instructions to do 2 paragraphs to introduce the individual that I'm going to be introducing. The 3 main criteria for the Student Programming Award are as follows. Presentation in a leadership capacity, planning a student program of campus-wide significance, demonstration of programming innovation and creativity, and demonstration of an understanding of programming strategy. There's also an old adage that goes, never judge a book by its cover. The student receiving this award this evening is representative of this adage and also of the aforementioned 3 criteria. While they meet all three of the criteria for this award, you would never guess this just from seeing them. Their quiet, unassuming personality could lead one to believe that this person is nice, but may not have a lot going on. This would be completely wrong. The assumption, I already said that. This person is thoughtful, passionate about community service and the plight of people of color and people of marginalized groups. They display a wonderful work ethic, and this year they have spearheaded creative and out-of-the-box events in more than one of the organizations that they are a part of. One recommendation describes this person as a late bloomer, a behind-the-scenes person who has become a breakout star on many levels. This person has found their stride. They have put their hands to the grindstone to make a difference in this community. This individual is on the e-boards of CARE and You and Me. They are also a part of Model UN. Live Action Among Us, Black Excellence Poetry Slam, and the I Can't Breathe Memorial are three of the events this individual led this year that engaged this community on many levels. It is my privilege to present to you the 2021 winner of the Student Programming Award, Miss Brianna Lowry.
The Maureen Hart Kaiser Fine Arts Award is being presented tonight by Sheila Hannafin, Director of Spiritual Life.
Do I do this? My makeup's not fixed. I didn't know I'd be doing this. The Maureen Hart Kaiser Fine Arts Award criteria includes demonstration of notable contributions to the arts on campus, consistently advocates arts awareness on campus, and may be a member of one of the arts-related organizations. I'm reading the nomination as well because the namesake of this award wrote the nomination in her voice. I first met this student through a series of summer phone calls with many questions about music camp, but then our weekly conversation morphed into conversations about student life and campus life. Many students try to reinvent themselves as they go away to college. This person was not that type of student. This student remained true to their innate values and has made an impact on the spiritual life program on campus, but also in the music program. This student has proven to be an essential part in the small ensembles, concert band, and now directs the pep band. A most gratifying memory for her, was to see this student direct the pep band in the fall of 2019 at the university's 100th anniversary convocation. All eyes were on them, and this student directed the piece flawlessly. Finally, this student played an integral role in the Festival of Lights program in 2019. Little did I know that the program was to be a celebration of my upcoming retirement. I was touched by this student's kind words, but thought at the time, this is why I am in the chosen profession of student affairs. We are blessed with opportunities to engage with such a student and watch as they find their niche on campus and become the confident and source of positivity here. And she says and closes, I was blessed to have met this person. I did request that this student play at the Festival of Lights, and they set off to plan a surprise musical addition to the program with the sax quartet. It was a fabulous performance, but it was made so much more meaningful by their recollection of Dean Hart Kaiser, how they first met and what she meant to him. It was special. He transformed his thoughts into words and set those to music. In composing my own nomination, I heard from Ted Levine, our band and music director, who enthusiastically supported this effort with many exclamation points on his email, like 10, I think. I have known this person as a musician, a President's List scholar, a math whiz, tutor, Pi Mu Epsilon and Alpha Lambda Delta Honor Society member, and a student and a fellow searcher. He's always thinking. In every facet of his life on campus, he presents with a smile, a true reflection of his wide and wondering vision. I admire this student for many reasons, not the least of which is their desire to know more, to play more, to be a friend, to ask for a prayer and offer one. I have through time loved our interesting conversations, kind of wildly interesting conversations, and I will miss these moments. This person is always at the right place during all my wrong times. When I'm stuck outside doing something, he shows up to help. The priest is locked out of sleep. There he is. He lets the priest in. It's amazing. And so there's no surprise that I do refer to him as my angel. This student is a thinker and a giver with a wide range of interests, and I am thankful that spiritual life was one of them. They say it takes one song to bring back 1,000 memories. The gift of music is a gift of presence. It does not recognize silence, and it never will, because it lives. And this student's music will remain here with us because it has been imprinted. I'm going to cry on our hearts. Okay. This is a very special recognition, as the namesake of the award also nominated him. As commencement nears for this student, it is time to say thank you to him for believing in himself as much as we do. A new score awaits you. I'll be listening because it will be beautiful. It is my honor to present the Maureen Hart-Kaiser Fine Arts Award to Gilbert Mashad. Wait, he wants this. He wants this.
The Volunteer of the Year Award is presented this evening by Adateo Alatinwo, 2020-2021 President of Student Senate and Class of 2021.
Good evening, everyone. I must be the tallest person up here so far. So before we start, I just want to put a little disclaimer out there. I personally do not like surprises, and I didn't know we were keeping them a surprise till the end. So I literally put the person's name in the first sentence. So I'm going to try to re-edit this a little bit as we go. So when I think of this person, the first thing that comes to my mind is his fancy shoes and his kindness and willingness to help in any situation. He is the epitome of selfless. As we all know, engineers have a very rigorous schedule here on campus. With a large academic commitment, this person still manages to stay active and engaged on campus. He is a member of the Gardening Club, Student Senate, and Class of 2021. I have seen his exemplary leadership skills firsthand through Student Senate. He is always ready to volunteer in any capacity, no matter the situation, and always a text or a phone call away. The Student Senate Election Committee would not be able to function smoothly without this person. Honestly, Student Senate would not function smoothly without this person either. He volunteered throughout his time for the entire year. Whenever I needed a hand, I know that I could call on this person personally. I am so thankful to have a dedicated member like him. Throughout volunteering his time, he did not seek any recognition or award. It amazes me how much he does in the background. Thank you so much for everything you have done for us. Without any further ado, it is an honor to present the Volunteer of the Year Award to Aaron Mantoni.
The Distinguished Service Award is being presented this evening by Victoria Sebastian, a member of the Selection Committee and the Class of 2022.
Hi, I am the shortest one that has been up here. I'm wearing heels though. So I have the honor to present the Distinguished Service Award which is given annually. I'll take this off before I start this. It's given annually to a student who has demonstrated a high level of loyalty in enhancing student life, either through a leadership role or on campus. Peer advising is an organization on campus that allows undergraduate students to help first-year students and transfer students better adjust to W&E. I had the honor during my freshman year to have this individual as my peer advisor. Dedication is a common trait student leaders share, but this individual is more than dedicated. She is passionate about what she does for the university. I would receive text, I'm so nervous. I would receive text checking in on my grades, social life, and my overall mental health every day. And when I was not feeling 100%, this individual would lend an ear when others would not. When I felt like I was not good enough for college, this individual picked me back up and reminded me that I am good enough. She brings the same amount of passion in her love for cheering. You could see her big smile from the top of the bleachers. I owe a lot to this individual. She was the first student leader I met when I came to campus. Her kindness, compassion, and big heart inspired me to get out of my comfort zone and become involved in the hopes I can be just as great as her and inspire others as well. Before I present this award, I would like to thank this individual for everything she has done for me and the campus. I owe a lot of who I have become as a student leader to you. It is with a great honor that I present the award to the incredible and beautiful Caitlin Cazares.
The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award is being presented by Beth Hill, Director of Community Standards and Education, and Yvonne Bogle, Assistant Dean of Diversity Programs and Services.
You're so sparkly. I love it.
Oh, thank you.
She always is sparkly. So, this is a new award here at Western New England University, and both of us are very proud to present it. The Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award recognizes a student, faculty, administrative, or staff member who works toward developing a more inclusive, diverse, and equitable campus community that demonstrates the emerging or sustained commitment to the values of diversity, equity, and inclusion at the university with documented efforts that are above and beyond the routine expectations in their roles and responsibilities. They also work to promote a university environment that is free from bias and discrimination, and it works to promote it leads initiatives in increased awareness, understanding, or promoting diversity. They implement steps towards fostering DEI at the university with programs that maximize the potential of all members of our community, creating inclusive partnerships between all university constituents, and finally, promoting DEI education, ideas, and communication. That was a lot. Thanks for making me say it. Okay, so I am going to present the award to the first recipient this evening. This individual has really excelled this year despite the pandemic. They've really pushed the envelope of what it means to be a student leader. They have grown into a confident leader who will always lend a hand and isn't afraid to take control. This individual is a second-year RA who in 2019 really went above and beyond in educating their residents. This year, the individual challenged the status quo, ruffled a few feathers. Okay, they really shook up the residents, if you really want to know, and encouraged others to think beyond themselves. They have learned not to take things personally and has come to realize that some students are not quite there yet regarding thinking outside the box. Her passion really shines for social justice. What does it mean to be a resident in Springfield? Not a resident at Western New England University, but a resident in Springfield. And let's talk about healthcare. Why can't individuals of color receive the same healthcare treatment? She pushed students to challenge themselves, their learned thinking, and to begin creating their own value system. Not only has the student leader educated their residents, but they have also taken the opportunity to educate student leaders, resident advisors, and student ambassadors. This individual is a frequent facilitator for Social Justice and Snacks, a program open to all the Western New England community. Not only do they educate others, but they have a vivacity to learn more and even rethink their own thoughts. Last year, this individual and I started a book talk on privilege, white fragility, why it's so hard for white people to talk about racism. I remember talking in Student Affairs Suite as everyone was running around prepping for the extended closing due to COVID. I'm so glad I got to spend the time talking with her, especially given that it was one of our last face-to-face conversations before all went home. COVID nipped our continued book talking in the bud, but nothing could hold this individual back regarding changing our culture and community for the better once we were back on campus. Her promise for the future, dedication, and desire to educate others on social justice and diversity education is unmatched. She will continue to push the envelope and make people feel a little uncomfortable. And in my opinion, that is fine by me, and I'm ready to cheer her on. I am honored to present the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Award to Kelly Esmeralda Ramos.
And I had the pleasure of teaching her, so you can imagine what that class was like. Okay, good evening, everyone. Okay, you had snacks and all that good stuff, and you're still sounding like you're not there. Talk to me, people. Good evening. Okay, you want to get out of here quickly, so I'll be on with it. Right, Sean? Okay, so I don't need to describe this award, but I'll say these words: belonging and bedrock, engaging and encouraging, genuine, gentle, and green, imaginative and impactful, normalize and niche. Those are some words that can be used to describe this individual. This recipient creates a sense of belonging and has become a bedrock of their community. They seem to get their joy by engaging and encouraging student leaders, by proposing and supporting various social justice and inclusion initiatives. They have a gentle, laid-back style. They're green, not because they're young, because that would be discrimination, and far be it for me to practice that, but by their length of service here at Western New England University. I believe that he creates space for difficult conversations by normalizing differences, and is always willing to hear new ideas, proposes his own, and gets it done. He's that just do it kind of guy. I believe he has found his niche here at Western New England, and we are happy to have him as a DEI and social justice ally and an advocate for many people who are voiceless. It's my pleasure to present this award to someone who I spend a lot of time with on Zoom and in committees, who usually is trying to rib me about something or other. So it's a pleasure for me to have kept this secret and kept it from Ryan Beacon. By the way, Ryan, I used your last name to create an acrostic, so I hope you, if you were paying attention, you'd have noticed. I know you were.
I was not paying attention.
It was because it was me why he wasn't paying attention.
The Student Association Award of Excellence is being presented by Ryan Mahan, Assistant Director for Programming.
Hi, everyone. This year, I am pleased to present the Student Association Award of Excellence. This is an annual award recognizing a junior standing student or above who has demonstrated outstanding campus-wide contributions to co-curricular life throughout the current academic year. I was not the only person and member of the Western New England community to nominate this individual for recognition. Some of their nominators from across multiple departments had referred to the recipient in the following ways. This is one student I wish I knew sooner. They are passionate about helping others and is willing to jump in and do the extra work for the betterment of others. They understand what students like and how to get students excited. They have always been a student leader I can count on for just about anything. They are supportive of their peers. They have a positive attitude, strong work ethic, and are supportive of and helpful in nature. I had the opportunity to work with this student through supporting their programming efforts this past year. There have only been a handful of students I have worked with as passionate about their programs as they are. In any normal year, this is difficult on its own. COVID-19 made this near implausible. They worked with near perfection in utilizing their resources and asked all the important questions to have a holistic understanding of their expectations. They understood the importance of their role in creating a sense of normalcy and positivity for the students of this campus and operated with a sense of humility and determination. Their dedication to successful, impactful, engaging, and positive experience provided the Western New England University community with the highlights and excitement needed in an uncertain period in history. The award recipient has not only made a significant impact through co-curricular programming, they have also left their legacy as an executive board member of one of the largest organizations on campus by helping with the creation of a new organization and annual event, a leader on their athletic team, for the incoming class of 2024 as an orientation group leader, giving tours to prospective students as a student ambassador, and far too many more involvements to count. This year, I am pleased and excited to present the 2021 Student Association Award of Excellence to Allison Buzzio.
This next award is so special, it brought someone out of maternity leave. The Student Association Recognition Award is being presented by Melissa Lambert. Congratulations. Director of Student Involvement and Leadership.
All right, so I did write this while I'm in a little bit of a maternity leave haze, so just know that. The Student Association Recognition Award is presented annually to a student who has made notable contributions to student life in a singular fashion during the academic year. This award is traditionally awarded for service to a particular club or organization. The recipient's service shall have had a direct impact on improving an existing program or initiating a new program or organization. This year's Student Association Recognition Award recipient has had significant impact on several clubs and organizations during their time at the university. During the 2020-2021 academic year, their passion for one specific organization became very clear, and that was the senior class of 2021. Through their work with the Class of 2021 Council and advocating for members of their class on multiple fronts, this student has worked tirelessly to do their best to make sure that the seniors' voices have been heard on campus throughout this unpredictable year. Class councils at Western New England are responsible for programming for their classmates, and during senior year, traditionally planning culminating events such as Senior Formal and Senior Week. I'm sure it doesn't come as a surprise to anyone in this room that this year has been extremely difficult for the members of the senior class. Throughout a year of uncertainty, a member of their class council has continually stepped up to reimagine what their senior events would look like. They've taken time to seek feedback from their classmates, advocate for them for an on-campus experience, and throughout the planning process have remained very creative at every turn, which wasn't always great for me, but they've very much done a great job in doing that. This student, working with a small group of dedicated class council members, has worked to put together a non-traditional, affordable program for members of the class of 2021 to have a final sense of normalcy before the end of their time at WNE. In addition to their work with the class council, this student also worked with a small group of individuals to bring senior concerns regarding commencement and COVID-19 to administration in a respectable manner. During a year where it was very easy to sit back and just coast, this student has continued to push the limits of their abilities and learn and support their community. I first met this recipient when they were, no surprise here, advocating for themselves, when a member of the then junior class council was telling them what they needed to do, and the way they needed to do it and how they needed to do their events. And I hadn't been at that particular event, so I kind of wanted to know what really happened there. And so I asked that student to stop by my office. That day, I didn't really know that this student would become someone who I would learn so much from, a student who would challenge me to bring my best self to work every single day. This is a hard one. And a student who would advocate tirelessly for their class throughout their time here. Truthfully, the reason I love the work that I'm fortunate enough to get to do is to see growth in student leaders, and I certainly have seen that from this student. It's my honor to present this year's Student Association Recognition Award to Riley Plord.
The Richard M. DeRuza Student Life Award is presented this evening by Kurt Hamakawa, Interim Provost.
Thank you, Carrie. Hey, let's give it up for VP Jarzabski. She's doing a fabulous job as our host this evening.
Thank you.
First, I join President Johnson and others in congratulating every student who is being recognized at this Co-Curricular Awards ceremony this evening. As members of the Academy, this is what we strive for: to teach, mentor, and otherwise support students in their endeavors, and then to bear witness to their achievements at events like this. So again, congratulations, one and all. It is my pleasure this evening to present the winner of the Richard M. DeRuza Student Life Award, which criteria states that it may be awarded to any student, but with particular consideration to a freshman or sophomore student, and it's given in recognition of volunteer service to the university, which service rendered shall have a direct impact on improving the quality of student life and toward furthering the mission of the university. I have known this year's recipient of the Student Life Award since last summer, when he took the initiative to contact me to introduce himself and inform me about a project near and dear to him. He educated me about the opportunity to bring a globally branded program here to Western New England University. The more I listened to him, the more impressed I was about the seriousness of his intent, the passion he brought to bear, and the apparent experience and maturity beyond the years as a rising sophomore. This is what others, students, faculty, and staff, have said about him. These are some excerpts from the nomination. He is the president of two clubs, Pre-Med and NAMI, the National Alliance on Mental Illness at Western New England. He was the sole undergraduate student representing the student body on the search committee for the recently concluded provost position. I found him to be very mature and a deep thinker, likely due to his significant personal and family history. That's a shout out to mom and dad watching at home on the streaming video. His achievements motivate me and show me what it looks like to succeed. This student works so hard at everything he does and truly has a passion for for helping others. And finally, one person said, "He is the student and leader I hope to be one day." So getting back to that little project he wanted to let me know about, in terms of impacting student and campus life, he is the founder, licensee, head organizer, and host of TEDx WNE. The Big Picture: What Ideas Are Truly Worth Fighting For? This was the first ever and wildly successful TEDx program in Western New England, held on March 20 at Wood Auditorium. This year's recipient of the Richard M. DeRuzia Student Life Award is the personification of service, positively impacting student life at Western New England University. Let's give it up for Maxime Andre Caleb Bulema Duwala.
I died.
The Andrew J. Mulcahy Student Leadership Award is being presented this evening by Jenna Lucier, Senior Assistant Director of Undergraduate Admissions.
The Andrew J. Mulcahy Student Leadership Award is presented each year to a student in a leadership position who during their time in this role has contributed greatly to the program or organization they are part of. This award acknowledges the characteristics, skills, and qualities the student has that helps them to be a strong and successful leader. As an admissions counselor, I have had the privilege to supervise the student ambassadors who work within our office over the past several years. Our student ambassadors serve an important purpose both to the admissions office and the campus as a whole. Each year, we develop a leadership team whose members take on a great deal of responsibility within the program, including training, scheduling, and delegating tasks to their peers. When put into a leadership position among your peers, it can be difficult to balance the role you have as a leader and the one you want as a friend. In his past 2 years as a member of the leadership team, the recipient of this award has not only been a role model for his student ambassador team, but has also supported and encouraged them along the way. He has shown sincere dedication to his program and his teammates and helps to ensure everyone's voice gets heard. Furthermore, he has accepted new challenges with ease, helping to transition the team as we moved from in-person to virtual events and back again. He has consistently asked about how he can help over the past 2 years and has always impressed me with the maturity, professionalism, and joy he brings to his role and the program as a whole. I can clearly remember when he began working as a student ambassador. Despite being a friendly and goofy freshman, I think we all saw the leadership qualities he had in him immediately. It has been so rewarding to watch him shape these qualities over time, and I'm tremendously proud of the person and leader he has become. For these reasons and more, it is my honor to present the 2021 Andrew J. Mulcahy Student Leadership Award to Caleb White.
As a part of the co-curricular experience, athletic participation continues to be an avenue for students to demonstrate leadership both in and out of the classroom. This evening, the Champs Life Skills Award is being presented by Jennifer Collins, head coach of men's and women's tennis, and Matthew LeBranch, director of athletics.
The Champs Life Skills Award of Excellence is given to student athletes that best exemplify the ideals of the NCAA Life Skills program by excelling in the classroom, being a significant contributor on his and her team, and demonstrating outstanding citizenship. Developed by the NCAA, the Champs Life Skills program was created to enhance the quality of the student-athlete experience within the context of higher education. CHAMPS stands for Challenging Athletes' Minds for Personal Success. The program provides experiences and services designed to develop well-balanced lifestyles and encourage growth in decision-making, planning, and fulfillment of career and life goals. The 4 commitment areas of the Life Skills program include academic excellence, personal development, career development, and a commitment to community service. Our 2 recipients of the CHAMPS Award actually competed on their field of play this afternoon and embody every tenet that this award stands for. They have empowered their peers to succeed for the past 4 years. They have developed meaningful programming for the athletics department and the university and have left a lasting impact in the city of Springfield. Our first recipient is a captain of the softball team. She has been a consistent mentor, leader, motivator, and rock for the Student Athlete Advisory Committee during her time at Western New England. She has been a multi-year executive board member of the Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and her peers selected her to serve as the vice president of SAC this year. She was also a significant contributor to Captain's Council, and her attitude and affect remained calm, positive, and influential during the challenging times, as well as humble during the successful ones. She never likes to be in the spotlight. Rather, she wanted her peers to shine, which they did because of her influence and mentorship. She was the backbone for every event, program, and community service project that SAC sponsored through the years, such as International Dodgeball, Girls and Women in Sports Day, community sports clinics, the NCAA Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Campaign, the collection of over 5,000 non-perishable food items, and many, many other large and small-scale events. She was recently accepted into the Teach Western Mass residency program, where she will continue to change the lives of many. After all the support, encouragement, and mentorship that she has shown to others, it is an honor to now be able to honor Madison Morabito, a psychology major from Liverpool, New York, and to present her with the 2021 CHAMPS Life Skills Award of Excellence. Our next candidate is a member of the men's tennis team, a life skills mentor, the president of the Western New England Student Athlete Advisory Committee, and the vice president of the Commonwealth Coast Conference Student Athlete Advisory Committee, also vice president of the senior class. His peers selected him for these prestigious positions because of his ability to motivate and empower others, his level-headedness through life's great challenges, as well as celebrations, and his ability to not only create followers, but to help foster others' abilities that they didn't even know they had to become effective leaders themselves. During his time as an executive board member, through the years, this candidate was constantly thinking of ways that he could positively influence programs, projects, and people to help them flourish and be the best version of themselves. It is because of that work ethic, forward thinking, and growth mindset that this candidate has led so effectively both before and during a pandemic. This year, the Student Athlete Advisory Committee continued to flourish despite the possible obstacles that he did not let get in the way, and set a benchmark for other schools in the region to follow. His involvement at the campus and conference level of SAC encouraged both groups to believe that anything was possible and not to let anything stand in the way of that. This summer, he was committed to working with AMO, Adateo, and Student Senate to assist in the planning of the Black Lives Matter rally. He helped to organize the campus and conference food drive for the past 4 years, has been a significant contributor to the success of the inner-city program for Springfield youth called Moving On Up for Tennis and Education that has impacted hundreds of children. He worked with the Black Student Athlete Alliance to help create a successful Division III week and Unity Day. He worked on many NCAA projects such as the Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion Campaign, the Get Out to Vote campaign, and many more. He also worked to bring successful programs that benefited the entire conference, such as mental health speaker Ivy Watts, motivational speaker and author and Western New England alum Malik Champlain, and other impactful student-athlete development programs. This is a very brief snapshot of his accomplishments and constant striving for innovative and inspiring work to influence the greater good. He's the vice president of Mortar Board and a member of other honor societies, and will be inducted into the Chi Alpha Sigma National College Athlete Honor Society in a few weeks. It is an honor to present secondary education history major from North Providence, Rhode Island, Brendan O'Connell, with the 2021 Champs Life Skills Award.
I have to say they all did great in the turnaround time, post-match, post-game, to spruce up and get here, including Coach. I'm the worst at presenting these because I get all choked up. I'm going to try my best not to do that. It is my pleasure to present the Parents Association Citizenship Award to a member of the class of 2021 with a cumulative grade point average of 3.0 or better, demonstrating significant contributions to student life throughout their tenure at Western New England. I remember meeting tonight's recipient as a first-year student. Adjectives that come to mind in reflecting back on those first few encounters with this student would be tenacious, passionate, determined, focused, and driven. This student, I said to myself, is going to be one to watch. Involved from day one, this student has chosen to take on roles that would help to change the experiences of her peers, serving in roles as student ambassador, peer advisor, and orientation group leader. This student has assisted new students in learning about what makes Western New England a special place and has aided them in a smooth transition to the university. A mentor and a leader, they have served as president of United and Mutually Equal and Student Senate. A leader is willing to do the things that others might not be willing to do, even when they are difficult, and because they will have a tremendous impact on others. Tonight's recipient, in the words of Rosa Parks, has never been fearful of what she is doing because it is right. Her nominators have described her as leading by example, persevering through challenges, and blazing a path for other leaders to follow. She uses her voice to promote change, has worked to diversify student leader pools, inspired and encouraged conversations across the campus, leading to the Black Lives Matter rally, unafraid to stand up for what is right and focused on helping her peers on their journeys. Her efforts have helped to create a more inclusive and equitable environment for her peers across the campus. It has been an honor and a privilege to work closely with this student who has received the Skookum Award and served on the Board of Trustees. I'm in awe of her grit, growth mindset, initiative, and passion. A strong student and a strong leader. I cannot wait to see what the future holds for her as she pursues her graduate work, lucky for us, locally at Springfield College. It is my pleasure to present the Parents Association Citizenship Award to Adeteyo Olatinwo. Last but not least, the Student Association Graduate of the Year Award will be presented by Dr. Robert Johnson, President of Western New England University.
I'm honored to present the final award of the evening, Graduate of the Year. The Graduate of the Year must meet the following criteria. Shall be awarded only to a member of the current graduating class and is eligible for awarding of degree. Shall have completed 4 years of regular study at Western New England University. Has provided an exemplary model for continuing development of services or programs. And lastly, shows outstanding promise for the future. The 2021 Graduate of the Year, lives, breathes, and bleeds the blue and gold. The individual has taken every opportunity that they have had, that they have been offered, embraced their challenges, but most importantly, saw them as opportunities, representing our community as a student ambassador, first-year seminar assistant, peer advisor, steering committee member for 2 years in a row, orientation group leader, and represents the students on the Student Affairs Senate Committee. Role modeling is easy for this person, doing what is right, even if it means shifting your friend group, is most important. This individual is willing to go against the status quo of her peers in a very good and positive way. She has often been seen as a cultural change agent. She works diligently in support of students of color, challenging stereotypes, and working diligently to make all students feel that they are part of the Western New England community. One nominee said, "She has embraced all that Western New England has to offer. She is, in my opinion, one of the strongest individual leaders on this campus. If I could keep her for another year, I would." Another nominee stated, "I am so lucky to have been able to work alongside such a strong, selfless, and driven student for the last 4 years. She is passionate about student success and cares deeply about her leadership roles. She finds fulfillment in seeing her peers succeed. I have enjoyed watching her grow, both as a student leader and young adult. This individual is truly one in a million." Finally, yet another nominee stated, "I have been honored to watch this first-year student grow into a strong, independent woman who has and continues to pave the way for women leaders at Western New England and the global community." It is my honor to present the Graduate of the Year Award to Emma Laughlin.
Congratulations to all of our student recipients. It's a tradition. So as a tradition to tonight's ceremony, we don't print who gets what awards into the program. So there will be inserts that you can receive at the back of the room as you exit the ceremony this evening. I want to acknowledge and thank the awards committee this evening. So members of the committee, you could stand to be recognized. Ryan Began. Yvonne Bogle's already standing. Sean Burke. Alyssa Caligiuri, Beth Hill, Melissa Lambert, and Victoria Sebastian. Thank you. Before we say good evening, we have assembled some memories of the year that we would like to share with you. Special thanks to Claire Wright for not only putting together the media presentation for this evening, but also sharing her photography talent with us all year so that we can capture some of the great memories and moments and wonderful students who we have honored this evening. Again, a sincere thanks to GBTV crew for their assistance this evening as well. So please join me in enjoying this co-curricular life montage. Once again, thank you to our families and friends who are watching at home, and thank you to all of our guests who attended this evening's program. Those of you who are award recipients, I would invite you to stay, and we'll take individual shots with you up on the stage, and then we'll take a group shot before everyone leaves. Thanks, everyone. Have a good evening.